G'day hikers and welcome to Hike the Highlands Festival YouTube channel. My name is Tom Wilson and I'm the host today, and we're lucky to have a special guest in our festival, and her name is Julie Cossette, and she's with the Cape Breton Highlands National Park. She's the acting visitor experience manager, and she's going to talk about what's on the horizon and the road to recovery. Welcome, Julie.
Well, thank you, Tom. Well, say hello, bonjour, quoi, as Tom said very nicely. I'm Julie Cossette, the acting visitor experience manager at Cape Breton Island National Park. And I'd like to first acknowledge that the land on which I present today is Unamaki, also known as Cape Breton Island. And it is a traditional and unceded Mi'kmaq territory of the Mi'kmaq people. And so today I'll discuss the road to recovery in Cape Breton Island National Park as we continue to adapt to the COVID-19 pandemic. And the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted the life of many, as you know, and its ripple effect has been felt in the tourism industry as well. So how we collectively move forward and welcome visitors and neighbors from our own backyard will be critical for success. One thing we know for sure is that people are craving for the great outdoor and the wide open space. And that's one thing we know we have at Cape Breton Island National Park in our spade. It's as a spade, we have 948 square kilometer of wide space. So I think we're good with that part. At least we got that for the recovery. So let's go and jump in with our slide here. Hike the Islands. So I'd like to begin by highlighting our offer in Cape Breton Island National Park. So from hike and camping and interpretation program, there is truly something for everyone in the park. Cape Breton Island is home to 26 hiking trails, all boasting unique but magnificent views and various difficulty levels. We have hikes ranging from easy, intermediate to difficult skilled level. And our website is an excellent starting point to find all the resources to familiarize yourself with the hike that we have in the park if you're heading this way. And as you'll see, we have highlighted here on this slide the few of our trails that are here. So the first one we see here is Macintosh Brook. This trail actually features a beautiful waterfall in a forest landscape and is perfect for visitors looking for an easy endover. And it's also a great trail for family. I was just there over the weekend with my young child, and it's perfect for that. They can have a great picnic and a small little playground, so a perfect place for family as well. Then the second one we have on the list here, we put Acadian Trail. So the Acadian Trail is Shittycamp boasts panoramic view of the Shittycamp River Valley and the Acadian coastline, and is rated moderate difficulty. And the third one you see, Franny, in the Ingonish area, is a popular but difficult trail, but is made worth by this 360-degree view of the Clyburn River. So it's great for seasoned hikers of those looking for a challenge. So these are only a few of the 26 trails that are present in Cape Breton Island National Park. And as I would encourage you to go into our website I was seeing earlier to learn more about all these hiking experience. Then another offer we have in our park is for happy campers. So we're proud to have offering a camping experience in the park, and it's some of the most picturesque location that Cape Breton has to offer. So there is 6 campgrounds that are listed here. 3 are full service and 3 are on service, and all of which are great choices depending on what you're looking for as a camping experience. So the full service campground include Broad Cove Campground, Shittycamp Campground, and Ingonish Beach Campground. And there's Authentic are also present in all those 3 locations. And Authentic are a midway between a tent and a chalet, and it's some sort of a glamping experience when you come in the park, some people would say. But it's a great opportunity to do camping for those that are beginner to it, as for those that just like to have a little bit more comfort once in a while as they're camping. We also have our 3 unserviced campgrounds listed here. You could see Corny Brook, Macintosh Brook, and a Big Interval, and they're great choices for tranquil off-grid camping experience. And one that is not listed here, I should have said we have 7 sort of campground. We have also a backcountry experience in the park that is available at Fishing Cove. So at the end of the Fishing Cove Trail, you can stay overnight in that area. So after trails and camping, we also have great beach. So just beachy here in Cape Breton Island. So Cape Breton Island have lots of swimming locations in our area. You can choose between salt and fresh water, depending on what you want to look. And then you can even have both when you go to Ingonish Beach and Freshwater Lake. Get a bit of the salty and the fresh water. North Bay Beach, that is listed first here, is one of our most popular beach this summer. It has lifeguard on duty to ensure visitor safety during July and August. Warren Lake is also a great choice if freshwater is more your style. And recently, a Moby mat and a Moby chair have been installed to make the lake more accessible. And that's what we see on the photo right here. It's a picture at Warren Lake with the Moby mat and that Moby chair. And we have also installed one of those Moby mat at Freshwater Lake. So that's a brand new offer that we have this year that was in partnership with the Victoria County. So it was a great collaboration here to have more accessible experience in the park. And fortunately, because of the many beaches of the park, you can have your choice and visit a less populated beach if that's what you're looking for, and make physical distancing much easier. So that's the Broad Cove Beach there, Black Brook Beach, and even Lablock Beach. So Broad Cove and Black Brook are great sandy beach in the Ingonish side, and Lablock is in Shitty Camp, more a cobble style beach, perfect to skip rock in the water. And always thinking of my boys when I say that. That's their favorite activity, and it's free. So visitor can also, oh no, wait, I'm gonna change my slide here. Here we go. Steering story. So visitor can also enjoy some great interpretation program. And this is a nice way to visit the park, to learn about Cape Breton Island. So a way to enhance your visit when you come into the national park. So some of the interpretation program include the Sweetwater Maiden and the Skyline Sunset Hike. So based on oral history, Sweetwater Maiden shared the Mi'kmaq story of the discovery of maple syrup, and as told by the interpreter Mary Louise Bernard by her mother. So this program recognized the importance of our natural environment and explores the human relationship with the trees. Visitor can listen as Mary Louise reads loud from her illustrated book, discuss the Mi'kmaq relation with nature, and taste delicious maple syrup. So that's Mary Louise that we see here on the photo, great interpreter. And the Sunset Skyline Hike, I think everybody knows about it. It's a very popular program. It's rated as a Canadian signature experience. And there is a maximum of 20 participants this year that can participate in the program at a time. The evening hike begins 2 hours before sunset at the Skyline Trailhead, and visitor will marvel at the scenery as a guide leads them along the trail to the lookoff where you can enjoy the sunset. We also have, so these programs are mostly on the Shitty Camp site, but we also have great interpretation program on the Ingonish site this year. So visitor can check out the Seeing in the Dark program. So it's where a guide will tell you all about the creature of the night. So that called the park home. And you can also check out another program that is called Lantern Walk Through Time around Freshwater Lake. And this program is during that program, the guide entertains you with all the story from the past. And once again, if you want to know more about these programs, I invite you to go on our website. It's a great resource to tell you all about these different programs that are available. Now, what to expect if you're coming to Cape Breton Island? So Parks Canada, we recognize that the uncertainty around public health protocols in various places can make planning can make planning of your trip a bit difficult. So that is why we feel that it is important to be transparent about what to expect if you're planning a visit in our area. So in terms of what is open and available in Cape Breton Island National Park, that's what's listed here. So we have all our trails open this year, all our DUs area are open, our visitor reception center, and furthermore, all campground and diversified accommodation are also open. Select interpretation and visitor experience are available at this time, but we recommend visiting the website so you'll know if what you're looking for as program is being offered this year. And it's also, we also invite you to book in advance a spot into those interpretation program if possible. I would say booking for camping is also quite important and is quite popular this year. So if you want to make sure you have the spot you're looking for, booking in advance is definitely the key this year. Guiding principle. So as we move forward, the safety of our visitor and staff in our is our #1 priority, and it's been since last year. It's been before. I mean, it's just been highlighted a little more since the COVID pandemic. And some of our guiding principle going forward include maintaining public health protocol in place in Nova Scotia, which include physical distancing and mask wearing. So as we move forward, Parks Canada and Cape Breton Island National Park is committed to ensuring our plans align with the provincial guidelines, which of course also include the travel restrictions. So in the park website will contain updates pertaining to what measures are currently in place. And you can always check the Government of Nova Scotia website as well to have broader information on health and protocol across the province before you're visiting. Safety measure. Well, some protocol that we have currently in place. Physical distancing measure will remain in place in all indoor spaces and should be maintained outside as well if possible. May masks continue to be required in the outdoor area and where physical distancing is not possible. And additionally, visitors are not permitted to complete their self-isolation period in Parks Canada Campground. Next step toward recovery. Well, with so many wide open spaces, Cape Breton Island National Park is a great place to pass the time while staying safe and healthy. So a few things to keep in mind that will hopefully provide some peace of mind for visitors as we continue to navigate throughout the COVID-19 pandemic is that we are capping our interpretation program at a smaller participant number to keep groups small and allows for easier physical distancing. Parks can also encourage visitors to stay closer to home and explore hidden gems within their own province. And we are working closely with Destination Cape Breton, Tourism Nova Scotia, and other partners to promote Cape Breton. Cape Breton Island and Cape Breton Highlands National Park with a view of the fall coming and the 2022 visitor season coming. Let's hear from you. Well, Parks Canada is excited to move forward with you as we continue to navigate through the new normal. We all say that a lot. We are thrilled to welcome visitors back to our park this year, and we're committed to doing so in a way that protects the health and safety of our visitor and the staff. So now I'll open the floor for some questions, and I'll say thank you. Merci.
Thank you. My first question, and I think it was covered in your slide quite well, but I just like to say we're going to follow the same principle in terms of Hike the Highlands Festival this year, and that is we're going to continue the physical distance. And we know that in a lot of hiking trails in Nova Scotia, they're in and out trails. And so you're constantly being face to face with people on the way back. So what happens is you need to step off with the physical distance. And so we encourage people to carry a mask at all times. And if they feel they're uncomfortable and it's makes them feel uncomfortable, that they take out their mask and put it on. And I think that's what you had in your slide is right on. I think we still need to be safe and feel that it's okay to hike. And so I hope that in the future, anybody that builds new hiking trails, that they do a loop trail, so you don't have to worry about the face-to-face. And I think that's going to be really important. The camping with COVID-19, I remember last year you kind of skipped every second site. Are you still doing that this year?
So you're right. Last year we had about 60% of our campsite that were open, and this year we opened with 80% of our campsite. So we still had a couple ones that were closed to for COVID restriction, so they're not too close to each other. And one thing that we've done a lot since COVID have started, you know, part of the great things is we've been working a lot more with our other Parks Canada into the province, Kijimikujik, but also with the provincial park, the Nova Scotia Park, to align with what they're doing as well. So we've been talking a lot to follow the same principle and guidelines as we follow the Nova Scotia health guidelines. And as the restriction were going down into with the province, we slowly started to open a little more sites. So as of now, we have more sites that are open into our campgrounds. So there's more people that can book those one or just come as walk-ins, and those are available. So we adjust as to the pandemic and the guidelines are going with the province, and we align with our friends in the province with Nova Scotia Parks, and our friends inside Parks Canada as well with Kijimikujik. So we're all aligning the same direction in that way. So we have definitely more. And then this year we also opened our authentic, which were not open last year. So as we're getting a bit more used to work into a pandemic situation, and then we know we can give like a safe place for our visitor and for our staff, we're getting being able to open a little more and give a little more activity to our visitor. And I could even add that to our interpretation program. We're so glad this year to offer some of our interpretation program. As last year we had none of those happening. This year we were able to know what to do by having smaller group of people, so less people could book to be on one of those hikes. So some of the program are only 10 people, and some go up to 20 depending of the space we can have to make physical distancing easier. So those are little things that we adapted from last year that provide a little more service and offer to the visitor, in still keeping in mind that it's a safe and healthy place at the same time to enjoy.
Yeah, now I'm quite familiar with your 26 trails, and I know that they were quite busy last year because during the first two phases of COVID-19, it was generally well proven almost everywhere in the world that by going outdoors, you were safer, and by being with nature and experiencing that, your mind seemed to be clearer, and so you had your physical as well as your mental well-being by being outdoors. And are you seeing differences in the numbers this year? Because I've noticed in July, the park wasn't as busy as the year before, but boy, when the long weekend in August hit, it was nuts. It was like tons of people. I'm just curious how you feel the numbers are compared to last year.
Yeah, well,
I'm more interested in hiking, really.
Those are great observation, though you are right. Well, I think what helps too is the opening of our provincial border too. So the last year, as we were in the Atlantic bubble, we mostly had visitors from Nova Scotia, a bit from New Brunswick and other places, but they were mainly from Nova Scotia. And people were also a bit, scared of not too sure, like traveling around. They were staying closer to home, and even when they were coming and see us, at the our staff at the front line of the visitor center, saying people were coming in to buy their pass, and they were exiting right away, not asking any question. And so this year, everybody feel a little more comfortable to work with live with COVID-19 around us, I guess. And so so they're asking a little more questions. I've enjoyed that a little more. And then, but they also, we're seeing our visitor from a long time coming back. People from Ontario, people from Quebec are coming back, and we even started to see a lot of American coming this way, as now that border has also opened. So all that, contributed to have definitely more people in August this year, and so the number are definitely in a better shape, I would say, than what was last year. And we could see a difference. The Skyline Trail is our one of the most popular trail, and we start to see number in August that was looking like what we had previous to COVID-19 in the number of people going there. So it's not exactly there yet, but and it's only for August as for now. But that's promising to see people kind of looking forward to come here again.
Yeah, now, during Hike the Highlands, we get to see a lot of people from across Canada. And I met this one individual, and he indicated that he lives in Hamilton, but one of his favorite places to hike is the Berton Hills. And he says, you have to make a reservation in order to go on the trail. And if hiking continues that way, I can see this probably going to happen in the popular hiking trails. Is that because there's none? We don't want to increase parking lots because that doesn't solve the problem. More people on the trail means more impact on the environment. So are your planners looking at it down the road in terms of if people continue to hike more because of the outdoors and the benefits, will we have to change the way we do things?
Yes, well, we definitely look at different option here to avoid all that impact that has on those very popular trails. And so I wouldn't, we don't have an answer yet on what we would do, but we're definitely in studying the different options that are there. And yes, we are aware of that in Alberta too, like that you can book a trail, and we have that in one of the options that maybe to look at. But there's different factor to look at too around this. And so this COVID pandemic with less visitors is interesting to see too, but that does to the impact. We can see the impact is a bit less too on those trails that usually are more popular. So that gave us some clue there of what we need to look at a little more, and what can we do. Visitor behavior is something we're looking at as well, like how can we give more awareness of things to do to protect these places. So yes, this is definitely one of the options. We're looking at all this, and definitely are looking at other options that are out there, see how it works and what can apply the best for our trails here in Cape Breton Islands.
Yeah, because you're not really seeing a lot of new trails, so it just puts more pressure on the existing trails. And I subscribe to outdoor magazines in UK, and I've hiked quite a bit over in the UK, and they're experiencing a lot of the same problems we are. And they actually, which is an interesting approach, but when the parking lots are full, they put up signs before you actually get to the parking lot and say, parking lot is full, just turn around and go. And that's one of the guidelines in the Hike Nova Scotia thing, is that if a parking lot is full, turn around and go to another hiking trail. I found last year, if you weren't there by 8 o'clock, you probably wouldn't get a parking spot the rest of the day. That was in your park. This year's not the same problem, but that was when I'm saying that it was okay in July, but not so okay in August. And last year, the long weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, I never seen so many cars. In fact, you had to have two staff members down at the bottom of Franey to tell people you can't go up and park because there is no parking spots left. And I seen Skyline go, they had to close. They were full. And the Gypsum Trail over in Shetty Camp, outside Shetty Camp, that was full. And so I don't know, maybe it's the long weekends, but they seem to like the hike on the long weekends.
There was definitely a pattern last year too, as we were mostly having a local visitor from Nova Scotia. Weekends were very busy, as in the weekday that was very quiet. So as this year, weekends are still the busiest time for visitor, but we're starting to see a little more people as well coming from further away in the weekdays. So it's interesting to see how it would go. You're right, the last fall, it's almost like when people started to feel a bit more comfortable to get out again, and we've seen a peak in visitation in just that like month there, like October, especially September, October was very busy. And it will be interesting to see how that goes this fall, but we do expect having a lot of people coming again for sure. We're planning in that direction. We hope, we're crossing our finger.
Yes.
But then, yes, so, it's both. It's great to see all these visitors there. It's how to manage it so that everybody's get a great experience too, right? We're expecting on coming to this place to do a specific hike. Well, go on our website to look, what are the restrictions. Make sure that you have a plan if the places you want to go it's full. So what are the other hikes maybe you want to do? There's lots of hidden gem. There's 26 trail, as we said, and so those are also maybe a great time to discover some that you didn't think of. That will be a great memory for you as you come and visit the park. So the planning is definitely the key in a situation like this, and the expectation of like knowing that some of the trail are busy and other are less. So it's nice to see which one you want to put on your list.
Okay, Julie, I just want to, on behalf of Hike the Highlands Festival Society, thank you for your presentation today. It's been great to chat with you and learn more about the road to recovery for the Cape Breton Highlands National Park. And thank you for your insight, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Well, thank you for having me, Tom, and I'll wish everybody a great festival, and looking forward to see you on the trail.